Hello everyone, here we have a posting on R-Star Citizen. Faster through, clear video of power plant panning in current PTU 4.5 patch, instantly destroying any ship. And here's the video, let's take a look at this video. It's one Perseus turret shooting at another Perseus, aiming at a power plant. 2 times pulling the trigger, destroyed. And here we are inside the Perseus. It's this power plant. Come on. Oh, like an old man. Open. Yeah, it's this power plant. Very close to the side walls. Let's watch this one more time. He's aiming at the power plant I just showed you. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but yesterday I released my Shields in 4.5 video. There are 2 important updates. Update, this is a bug with Perseus and maybe a few other ships. I've tested a few different ships, and when the power plant is killed, the ship shuts down. So Perseus is the only one that simply explodes. Why is this even in a game? Why do some power plants explode when the power plant is at 0 health? I had the same thing happening in an S-Guard. But even if those would be, say, fusion reactors, a fusion reactor does not explode when you shoot at it. There's not enough hydrogen inside a fusion reactor, and if you would shoot at it, the reaction would stop and this thing would just shut down. Update 2, CRG reached out and are looking into it. Yeah, this whole thing tells me CRG has done 0 testing on this. None at all. How can a game studio in year 14 with more than $1 billion in funding don't just look at their website? They also have private investors, for example the Caldas, and this money is not listed on the page. How can such a studio always be so incompetent? This engineering update was delayed and still CRG doesn't even test anything. Let's take a look at some of those comments. Warning, some of those comments were written before this update. The Blue Uke. Really cool that you can snap the power plant, but going straight to hard dev for the ship and everyone on it sucks. In my opinion, hard dev should be a thing of the past. Give me a chance to board the ships I engage and chance for the ship to be repaired. 100%. One of the best things CRG introduced in last years was soft dev. I like soft dev. Why do all ships always have to explode? Because it looks cool and cinematic, Chris? This is what you want? In addition, sniping components can be a very interesting game mechanic. I like this very much. If someone has knowledge where components are on a ship, he has an advantage. This is good. However, what's not good is to put components wherever an artist could find a space or wherever it looked pleasing. If power plants have any chance to explode when they are at 0 health, I would put power plants in the middle of a ship surrounded by thick armor. But in this game, ships are designed by artists with 0 thought put into redundancy or put components in a safe spot. Like in Perseus, putting one power plant right next to an outside wall. In this comment by Deceitful Rain, it is of my opinion that no military ship in this game should have any exterior windows and all components should be behind armor. Yeah, exactly what I said. Cockpits, as a concept in anything larger than a fighter, are a joke. Yes, of course, but Chris' intention is not to make a halfway realistic game, even though he said so in the past. Chris' intention is to have cool cinematics, cool explosions, eye candy on top of eye candy. In many ships it would be trivial to put one set of components in a different spot, so they are not clumped together. Yeah. But in most ships in Star Citizen it's the other way around, components are clumped together, even if there would be enough room to move some components to another spot. But in Star Citizen it's very likely if one component is hit, other components are hit too. Remember, we have this armor penetration cone, this area of effect. And if one component starts to burn, it's very likely other components are starting to burn too, because the fire spreads. Actually in Perseus this is what CRG did. One set of components is distributed all over the ship, which is very nice, but please don't put your power plant very close to the starboard wall. Come on, please, put some thought into this. Or if Hidoin, also chance to deflect. Shooting a Perseus full frontal and hitting the power plant at the back is brutal. We also have cone penetration damage, area of effect penetration damage. Chris told me in my old thread he wants to trace every bullet, and now we have cone damage. Yeah, so much for this, Chris. Crazy Cat 357, chips and star system are designed artist first, not function first. Yes, of course, artists are running the show. They don't put any thought into functionality. Or things like, maybe we should put components where they are safe. Oh no, let's put components next to an outside wall. It looks so pretty. Looking at basically any chip, I can see hundreds of shot traps, shitty layout decisions and counter-concept weak spots, Idris power plant being only under 1.5 meters of armor, for example. Yeah, Idris has both her power plants side by side at her rear. This is a very vulnerable area. War Thunder in space would be a disaster for this game at this point. Again, I would like to point out, I am all for sniping components. I am all for people who know ships having an advantage in battle. But Chris, you cannot do this with such comically designed spaceships. Those two things just don't mix. Eva designed spaceships with function in mind, but this is way too late for this. It would take, I don't know, 5-10 years to redesign all spaceships or find another solution. Or just get rid of component sniping. You cannot have terrible design chips and component sniping. Rotuts, imagine spending 1 to 2 hours getting a crew online, gearing up, traveling to the ship you want to fly, then you get one-shotted, lol. This is pretty much what happened to me and a friend in PTU. We wanted to try some very specific stuff for some issue council reports. Prep was long, took us 30 minutes, just for a random MF to show up and do exactly this on all 3 of our ships. Yeah, Star Citizen already has a very bad ratio of preparation and doing something that is actually fun. It's like 10 to 1. For each 10 minutes of preparation, doing immersive elevator rides, immersive metro rides, immersive quantum traveling, you are getting max 1 minute of fun. Star Citizen is already time sinks on top of time sinks on top of time sinks, and this doesn't exactly improve this. Remember those 2 updates? It's very nice that Festa Thew puts those updates into his thread. Those were not there yesterday. Still, this shouldn't even be a thing. Power plants should not explode. And War Thunder in space just doesn't work with so terribly designed spaceships. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. I want to show you the Valaka tank. It's actually quite huge, but of course it has no use at all. It's just hangar decoration fluff. You can do nothing with it. You cannot even shoot at it. Oh, you can. I mean, you cannot destroy it, but you can move it with bullets, okay? Nothing in this game has mass. Everything has a mass of an empty paper bag. Okay, I didn't expect this.
Not because our physics code is terrible, in fact, it's great.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.